university honorary doctorate degree, the doctor degree of science honorary. So actually, that is why her title is Dr. Francis NGOZI UZOUKWU. So, Madam, are you ready to start sharing your success story with us?
Yes, Rainy, I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Yes, she's very powerful lady. We totally agree with you. So, ma'am, please, you may start sharing about your story.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. You can see me also.
Yes. Yes, my super leader.
All right. I can hear you all too. All right. Welcome to this section. It's all about, I can see Malta. Yeah. You guys are welcome to my live. Today, I want to tell you my success story. And I believe that my story is going to empower someone tonight. I believe my story is going to help someone to achieve greatness with this great company called Greenwood. Yes. Actually, a lot of you here have joined this business, but most of you really, if I should ask, what exactly do you want in this business? Some of us don't really know. Some of us joined this business because there was no proper goals. There was no dreams. Some of you just joined because you just want to make money. You just want to change your story. But let me tell you, the money in Greenwood is more than what you can imagine. The money you can make with this great company, no matter where you are, is more than what you can imagine. Now, my journey started in 2007. Let me tell you all, I've not shared it before, and I'm sure, Rainy, you were surprised when you were reading my story.
No, actually, ma'am, I'm not really surprised. Actually, I'm very touched because we know you. The whole Nigerian market actually owes you great effort and contribution. So because we know without you, there was no market in Nigeria. So actually, you're quite humble. Actually, you give us a very humble information in your background story.
Yeah. So my story goes like this. Before joining Greenwood, I was just a normal housewife. I was into bakery business. I was into catering business. I do cakes for couples' wedding and children's birthday, but such business does not really, the take home there does not really take me home. So I was actually looking for a business that will help me to realize my dreams. A business that will not just give me the money, but also touch the lives of people around me and also give me good health. Now, I was in other network companies, but things were not just okay. Nothing was just working there, so things were so bad, so bad. I believe some of you will have to see my story, or maybe probably on the website, but let me just touch it a little bit. As at the time Greenwood came to me, it was very terrible. If there was a level below the grass, that was the level where I was. A level below the grass, yes. At that point, my rent has expired, and the court has already taken away my properties, and I had nothing. I had nothing, absolute nothing left. You see, and then the opportunity of Greenwood came to me. And then I asked the lady just one question. I said, please, madam, let this not be like the other networks I have joined. Just tell me, if I introduce one person to this business, how much is my bonus? Because what I need now is money. That's what I need. And then she said to me, if you introduce and buy $250, that's 250 BV. And then you introduce 3 persons. Now, imagine my situation that time. I did not even have the joining fee to fill the form. This lady you are looking at today did not have the money to register Greenwood. Neither do I have the money to buy 250. When you don't have money to register, how would you have the money to buy your star 3? So, but I had faith. I had a desire. I had a dream. The drive was too much. I said to myself, this woman said that one person's bonus is $66. Wow. I said, okay. I calculated my house rent. And I said, oh, my house rent then was just less than $1,000. Less than $1,000. So I was just imagining, I was like, okay, let me make out a list of people. I can do this. Frances, you can do this. I said to myself, I can do this. I can change my story. If everything I'm seeing, now listen, back then, there were no kits. All you have is just the Greenwood website. So back then, in 2007, I had to visit the cyber cafe, to sit down in the cyber cafe to read about the business. I did not have the money to print it out. Rainy, are you listening? I hope everybody is listening.
We are listening.
I only had the money to read on the cyber cafe in the internet about this great company called Greenwood. So when I read and read and read, I said, wow, this is interesting. I can do this. Then I began to write the names of people I know and the people I know that people I know can bring. I began to make a list because to me, every single person is $66 to me. So once I capture you, my $66 is made. Yes. So that was how the story began. And then I was told about this in August 2007. And then I took a month. I said to myself, I need to go out of my way. I need to go out to go and get people. Now, the forms you see today, we did not have registration forms. What we had were the registration forms I downloaded from the internet. And then I was able to download the marketing plan from the internet also. Yes, I was able to get the company profile and also the compensation plan back then, printed in black and white. Now, I had the registrations. What I did was to make 100 copies. I photocopied until one day I mistakenly gave her the original black and white, and I had to deal with the photocopies photocopying each other. I made 100 copies. And then I began to choose my downlines. I began to call those people I know that I did some network marketing companies with them. When I called them, they say, no. All networks are the same. This is not true. I said, no, don't worry. This one is real. I have studied it. It is real. Now, when I get you, I'll make a copy of I'll give you the registration photocopied form to make a copy of yourself. And then that was how I registered my first 20 people in Lagos. And then I said, no, I need to travel out of Lagos. So what I did, I asked my mom to come and stay with my children. And then I had to. Now, back then, my children were at home for 2 years. They were not going to school because I had no money to pay rent, not to talk of paying their school fees. But somehow I had confidence, I had faith in this company called Greenwald, that my life was going to change with Greenwald. So what did I do? I took a step out. Leaders, all of you that are listening to me this night, let me tell you, success does not come to knock on your door. For some of you that say, I've been in Greenwald for 10 years, I've not even achieved car, I've been in Greenwald, I've not even achieved anything. It is because you have not left your comfort zone. You need to leave your comfort zone for success, for you to achieve success. Success does not knock on anyone's door. It has never done that. So without you leaving your comfort zone, you cannot achieve success. So I left my comfort zone with nothing. I had nothing. I had a friend's house where in the night, she is also living with her small family in a one-room apartment. So in the night, in the little sitting room, I would just have to spread a cloth on the floor just to lie down. I traveled with one of my downlines. My downline had a place where she also stays. It wasn't comfortable for both of us. I sleep on the floor. In the morning, I say my prayers and I leave. I just walk the streets, talking to people from various parts of the state I went to. Now, when I realized about 20 registrations in that state, counting, now I have 40 registrations. Listen, I did not just collect the registrations. I collect both your star 3 and your registration. Please, not just registration. I told them, but some of them said, how can we trust you? We don't know you. I said, don't worry, trust me. This is the company we are talking about. This company is here to change my life and also touch your own life. Our stories will change. I will go to Ghana and I will get your products. And somehow, the trust was massive. They were trusting me and they were giving me their 250 BV together with the registration money. So when I got 20 there, I made sure I leave a leader or 2 leaders in a particular province who will be coordinating people and who will be giving the presentation. Now I left, me and my downline, we also left to another state in Nigeria. Before I could come back to Lagos in that 1-month tour, I was able to cover about 6 states. And in that 6 states, I came back with 89 star 3s. Now, I've already drawn the arithmetic. I know I needed 80. I needed 80 star 3s. I needed like 80 star 3 for me to make my star 6. So when I went, myself and my downline, we were able to gather as much as myself was 76 registrations. No, sorry, 76 registrations. 76, because I know it needed some just a little amount for it to be 80 for me to make my star 6 in just 1 month. So on my downline side, my downline was able to gather about 26 to 30 registrations, and then we got back. So when we got back, I now began to contact every other person that I've told that I have their registrations. Now I chose my leaders. Listen, for you to succeed in this kind of business, in this our great Greenwald, you must choose your leaders right. Yes, you heard me right. You must choose your leaders right. You know, from my experience in my past networks and the little I knew about the multi-level marketing business, I made up my mind that I was not just going to be an upline. I was going to be a servant upline, because I came to realize that the success of my distributors, my downlines, are my success, is my own success. Now, if I help my downline to become star 5, I become star 6. But if I don't help my downlines, I will go nowhere. So leaders, I'm talking to you tonight. You must be a servant leader. You must learn to help your downlines. In Greenwald, you don't need to be a selfish upline. You must be selfless and you must be transparent. Transparent even to a fault. Do not cheat your downlines. Because if you cheat your downlines and they lose confidence in you, this business is not going to work, trust me. So, my leaders, this was how I started Greenwald. And then I got to Ghana. So on the way, now listen, I had people's money, but I didn't have my money. Please listen very well. I had 76 people's money, but I didn't have mine. So my upline gave me a note to write an agreement that she is going to pay my transport fare to Ghana. She is also going to register me. And she is also going to buy my Star 3. So I signed the agreement with my leader, my upline. Yes. So when we got to Ghana, my upline was asking me along the way, how many registrations do you have? How much money do you have? I told her, my leader, I don't have plenty money. I have just small money. So I didn't want to reveal to her that I have so much. Yes, because from the beginning, I learned to protect my team. Listen to me. As a leader, you must learn to protect your team. You must trust no one with your team. Be like the mother hen. Yes, I had an agreement for someone to register me, but I never disclosed to this person that I'm almost at 6. Because her own vision, her own dream, her own drive is not the same with mine. Even she didn't explain the business very well to me. Everything I learned from the online. Now, what am I trying to teach you tonight? What I'm trying to teach you tonight is that whenever you have registered Greenwald, see yourself as a leader. Go and look for the kits and study the kits. Not just studying the kits. You must also know what each product does. And then you should also create your own book. Create your own book. Call it your treatment book. Yes, because my own understanding might not be the same with yours. I might study this blood cleanser here. I'm actually sitting in my children's lobby, but this is where I have most of my products. Everything you see, I'm a user of all the products. Yes, in this family, we don't go to hospital. For more than 15 years, nobody has visited the hospital. Yes. Do you know why? If you are a leader and you have that green book, the kit, inside the kit has everything it takes. Greenwald has deposited it in your hands, whatever it will take for you to succeed in this great business. All you need to do is to study. But I just discovered recently that 60% of registered Greenwald distributors do not study the Greenwald business. Yes, a lot of you have not sat down to read. A lot of you have not sat down to compare. Oh, this Chitosan can do this. Wow, if Chitosan can do this, Chitosan is similar to the blood cleanser. Wow, that means if I am treating someone with cholesterol, I equally need to give the blood cleanser. A lot of us don't know that. So I am somebody who studied it all. And then I began to have meetings with my leaders and everything. So now I was talking about you protecting your team. Don't forget. Now, when we got to Ghana, when we virtually got to Ghana, she paid my transport. Yes. So when we got to Ghana and they were actually, we met the general manager of Ghana branch back then, Mr. Chen, and my upline did her own, and then she gave me my form to fill. I told her, I collected the form and the ID card. And then, now, my leaders, my ID card is number 18, was what they reserved and they gave to me. My upline gave it to me. And then I said 18, wow, that's a special number. Then, now that shows you that from the leader of Greenwald, who was 0000001. I am the 18th generation. Now, the 18th generation today has become number 1. Can you imagine that? I keep telling everybody, if I can do it, you too can do it. Yes, it takes a lot of determination. You can do it. All you need is just to stay focused. The ability to remain focused in what you are doing in this Greenwood business gives you much knowledge and helps you to grow faster in this business. Now, a lot of people joined this business before me, but how did I manage to even, how would I say it, overtake them? Even my upline is still *8 today. My upline is still *8 today. And I want to tell you, when my upline was done with her own, and I presented 74 forms, and I was trying to tell Mr. Chen that I don't even have money to register. And he said, no, madam, with the exchange rate, you are already *6. Because back then, it was, I think, 0.1 to 1 or so, then with the Ghana cedis. So after the conversion of the US dollar I came with, my achievements brought me out *6, and I still had extra. So I didn't need to borrow money from my upline anymore. That was how I joined Greenwood. And then Mr. Chen said to me, madam, congratulations. I see you as the leader of Greenwood someday. Well, I just laughed over it because I know that there are more than so many people already in the business, and he's just telling me, but I just laughed over it, you know, and that was how I started this great journey with Greenwood. Now, these achievements were keyed in on October 2007. October 2007. And in that same 2007, just barely 2 months, I was called. I was told that I've qualified to travel for the first time in my life, that I'll be traveling, taking the international trip to South Africa, because then we were not going to China. We started going to China from 2008. Either 2008 or 2009, we started going to China. Yes. So, no, we started going to China from 2009 to 2010. Yes. That was how I qualified. And I didn't just qualify, my leaders. Now, listen to me. Some of you will be asking, what happened to those people that entrusted money into your hands? Immediately I got to Ghana, I got their products, I came back to Lagos with their list. I disbursed everybody's product. I sent to all the leaders together with their kits and their original registration forms, because I had to register them, put back their names into the original forms in Ghana back then. So when I got back, I made sure everyone, no one was left out. Everyone got their products. Yes. And that was what made the trust to increase. You know, so many people go to people, collect money, they don't give them products in other networks. But this is the woman they've not met. And yet they are receiving their products. Now, when the bonus came out also, I was given the bonus and I had to transfer the money to US dollar. I paid all my downlines also in dollars. I made their list from the Ghana office, and then I put in each leader's package, and I made sure that I made sure that I grew transparent and honest leaders. Trust me, my leaders were equally honest. They were also honest, because if you're not honest, I won't take it lightly with you. Because I believe that the more honest we are, the more we grow in the business. And that was how my journey started. Now, with just over 80-something people on board, before I knew it, 3 months into the business, I became the first in Nigeria to qualify for the business card, the small business card. 3 months, my leaders, just 3 months, I made the card. And then I called my leaders. One thing I never failed to do, and I want you all to learn tonight, is this. After every week or after every achievement, I call my top leaders for a meeting. I called for a meeting, starting from star 4, star 5, star 6. You joined me for a meeting. When I came out star 7, I called all my leaders for a meeting and I said to them, I have made my star 7. Now, I equally registered myself, my children, my family, also under my downlines in order to help them. Now that I was getting a lot of people, I was equally building those legs. Exactly 6 months into the business, I've already qualified 3 cars. Personally, I've qualified 3 cars. And my downlines already have qualified they've qualified over 17 cars. In 2008, trust me. Yes, the very first car award in Ghana in June 2008. Out of the 23 cars, my downlines were 17. 17 cars to Nigeria, imagine that. And out of the 17, I have 3. 3 to myself. So you see, my success story has already started. I was able to pay my landlord with my first month's bonus. The bonus I received in 2007 was the money I used to offset my house rent. And then in 2008, I said, no, I need to move into a bigger house. Believe me, from the very beginning, the bonuses were coming in 6 figures, 7 figures. It was amazing for someone who had nothing, for someone who was almost borrowing to start up this business. Now, I want to share a secret with you. There is something I call my 7 Ds. My 7 Ds. This has kept me and my team flying, soaring like the eagle. The first D is the dream we have. It is my dream. And I made that dream their dream because we must change our lives. We must change our stories. Let me tell you, I didn't have a car. There was a car that we borrowed. That car was terrible. If you shut the boot, the bonnet will open. The smoke that comes out from that car was terrible. Anytime I handle that car, I cause 2 hours traffic. If I leave the car anywhere, assuming it falls on the road, even if I leave money there, I'll come back the next day and meet the car and meet the money because nobody wants to near that car. So I had a dream. The dream to have best cars, to also enjoy air-conditioned cars. Because when I see my friends, when I see my school friends, my schoolmates, I become challenged. Let me tell you something. Without you being challenged in life, changes can never come into your life. So if you feel you are challenged and you're listening to me tonight, what is your dream? What are those things that you wish for? What are those things that you want to change? That you want to tell your story the way I'm telling my stories? If you look at the screen, these are my cars. Just look at them. Yes, they are my cars. Some of them are like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for one car. Yes. So I had a dream, my leaders, and this is one of my dreams. I dreamed that I would change my life, help my husband. I don't want him to die young because I love him so much. He doesn't need to die young for me. So I need to help him as a helpmate. Yes, every woman that is listening to me, do not allow your husband to die young. Key into this dream. Key into his dream in this dream world and help him. Help him to become like me. Now, after my dream was my decision. It was my decision. My decision never to be poor. My decision to be a big boss lady, to have everything I want, to spend the money, to move with Greenwood. I decided there and then that Greenwood is my dream. I will move with Greenwood. That was my decision. So for you that is listening to me tonight, you must take that decision. You must take that decision that you are going to touch somebody's life, that you are going to help your downlines. If you help your downlines to grow, take that decision today and you will actualize your dream. And after my decision came my drive. My drive was second to none. My drive was second to none. What is your drive? You are here. You have been in star 6 for 6 years. You have been in star 7 for 10 years. You have been in star 8 for 10 years. You have been in star 5 for 10 years, for 1 year, for 6 months. But I'm telling you that this woman who had nothing had a drive. There is no mosque you will not see me. My drive pushes me even into the mosque, everywhere. I am talking Greenwood. I eat Greenwood. I sleep Greenwood. I breathe Greenwood. My blood is Greenwood. Yes, that was my drive. You can see several places. I'm not ashamed to spread the gospel of Greenwood. I'm not ashamed to touch somebody. I'm not ashamed to tell you that if your take home is not taking you home, join Greenwood for your life to change. Yes, that was the drive in me. I took my leaders everywhere and I make sure my leaders have this crazy drive. You must have this crazy drive, my leaders, because success will never knock on your door. The money in Greenwood is too much if you work hard. If you work hard, even the people close to you, they will be imagining maybe this person is a drug pusher. Yes, that is my drive. I never rested. Yes, you don't need to rest until you begin to feel the money. When you feel the money, then you begin to go on vacations. So that was my drive. And after my drive was my determination. Yes. After my drive was my determination. Determination. Yes. You determine to be on top. You determine. I keep telling my leaders, if I can overtake my upline, please try to overtake me. Overtaking is allowed in Greenwood. All it takes is your determination. You don't need to jump from one network to the other. Trust me, there is nothing out there. There is nothing out there. Some of us top leaders, even our lower leaders, some of us have also gone out there to see, to test it. Yes, but we never left Greenwood for 1 day. Somebody like me, I never left Greenwood for 1 day. Yes, I went to learn the secrets, and that helped me to push my dream further. So I had the determination. With that determination, my dear, I left no stone unturned. I left no stone unturned. Leave no stone unturned. Do you know that your neighbor might need your help? One day, I stepped out of my gates and my neighbor was equally driving out. And we were just talking. And my neighbor was, you working on Saturday? I said, yes, I have someone that is coming with people. They want to run tests and get the product. He said, product? That was just barely how many months here. And my neighbor told me I have enlarged prostate. And I have been taking this medication. They placed me on 1 million naira, heavy amount of money. And I don't really see the improvement. Do you people have anything for enlarged prostate? Wow. By the time I finished with my neighbor became my leader. And today, my neighbor has a testimony. Because today, the enlarged prostate is no longer there. He is perfectly okay. Remember, I told you, as a leader in this business, you must know your onions. You must know what Greenwood products can do. Don't just be a leader who recruits people only. If you are a leader that recruits only and you do not sell, you will end up getting only registration money. And then you will see people carrying bags. They're just star one, they're just registered, and they're not doing the business. Don't just be a recruiter. Try to sell the products as well. Try to share the good news to people, because you never can tell. One person can generate for you that PV that you are looking for. Through my neighbor, in such a short time, I have been able to get over 10, 15,000 points from him just by treating him. I know some of you might want to ask me, leader, what did you do? What did you give to someone who has a clear case of enlarged prostates? Yes, I started with the pudding tea. Yes, the pudding tea is the first thing. If you know your pudding tea very well, that your pudding tea has the ability to reduce every inflammation, please start with it. And also cleanse the body system. That was my first one. The rest I will take when you ask me questions. Okay, I know Rainy has a lot of questions for me, so let me just round it up for you. Now, when you are determined, you dedicate yourself. Now, my 5th D was my dedication. My dedication to this great company called Green World. I dedicated myself big time. Dedicated myself big time. Dedicated myself in such a way that all the children, everybody in my family talks about Green World everywhere. My husband holds presentations, my daughter, my sons, they go out. I send them, they stand, they present Green World. That is our dedication. Yes. You see, let me tell you something. My last boy, when he was 10 years old, we went to church on a Sunday. And we were just outside in the church. He went to the car and picked some Green World flyers in the car. And he started sharing to the women outside the church. He said, register with Green World. When you register, buy your star 3. Let me use it in our Nigerian 10 back then. He would tell them, register Green World with just 2,500. Buy your star 3 and Green World will give you a car. So I was inside the church and this little boy has gathered over 20 ladies, 20 women and men, giving them flyers and telling them that when they make star 3, Green World will give them a car. So when the church ended, I came out, I met a massive crowd waiting for me. Madam, please come and take the money and give us car. Oh my God. It was hilarious that day. But you see, I gave it to that child. He was just 10 years old back then. Just 10 years. And he was, saying this. I think that was in either 2018, thereabout. He was just 10 years. Yes. And he was just telling people that because he knows that Green World is the business that changes people's lives. So you see, after this dedication, it was a total devotion to it. I devoted myself to Green World. Everything about me was Green World. When you devote yourself to Green World, everything you are looking for, even if someone wakes you up in the midnight, please, what can I give to somebody that has HIV? Oh my God, you don't know? Please start with A Power. The A Power, you give this, you give that, because you are devoted to it. Yes. And my last D, and very important D, was the duplication. See, the power of duplication matters a lot. When you duplicate yourself, you get to the top where I am. It is not just registering people. They should also have the ability to duplicate themselves. So when you duplicate, the team continues to grow. You will see yourself rising from one level to the other. In fact, The day I came out star 2 manager was the same day I came out star 3 manager. Imagine that. I was hoping I was coming out star 2 manager. And lo and behold, the manager called me, Madam, you're not just star 2. I said, please check the printout. He said, Madam, you're star 3. Oh my God, the jubilation was too much. And you know what happened? I was jubilating, but I was crying because I didn't see it coming because I didn't start up the GBV. So my bonus was not paid. So, but you see, I was happy. And thanks to Grey World, they released my bonus also because I wasn't planning for it. I was planning for it to come out the upper months. And then it just happened. So you see, I was the first Nigeria to qualify for CAR. I was the first Nigeria to qualify for Star 8. I was the first Nigeria to make 1-star manager, 2-star manager, 3-star manager. Yes. I know a lot of you will be wondering, since 2013, you came out 3-star director. You should have gotten to 5-star director by now. Yes. We'll leave that one in the comment section. So what I'm trying to tell you, I've given you my 7 Ds, my 7 powerful Ds. Please apply this to your business and your business will soar higher. Your business will know no bounds. You will see yourself flying. Remember, you must be honest. You must be honest in this kind of business. Okay? So, Rainy, that's my humble beginning. I'm glad, I'm happy, I'm sharing it for the first time for everyone to hear. Everybody all around the world to hear today. So I'm going to be waiting for the questions, Rainy, especially from you, please.
Madam Francis NGOZI,
yeah.
As all the leaders today, we almost have all the top leaders of Africa. I see that Madam Lucy, Madam Nereus, Madam Mata, and all the leaders from all over the world. So actually, I'm going to give more time to of leaders and distributors because this is precious time. And my questions actually helping you to share your success stories because some of our leaders, they are shy to tell us more. So we just want you to tell us more. Okay, I have a few questions. You know, number one, you have given us the 4 Ds. Leaders, actually, I hope you have caught what Madam Francis NGOZI has shared with us. 4 Ds: decision, drive, determination, and duplication. So this is how you make successful leaders in West Africa and also in the whole African region. Now, what we want to know is how you lead your team because Mr. Budiman in Nigeria for quite many years, and I also worked in West Africa for quite some years. We know that most of the Nigerian distributors and leaders, they have their own character and they're all very powerful. So how did you lead such a powerful team?
Okay, thank you, Rainy. Yes, you are very, very right. My leaders are powerful. And like I told you all, yes, you have to be a servant leader. You have to be a servant leader to lead and to be able to manage your team. I love my team so much. Even with their power and everything, they still listen to me. Yes, you know, because I humbled myself, because I am not a leader that quarrels with downlines. I'm a kind of leader that I lead by example. You know, I sacrifice a lot. Do you know one of the things I do, Rainy, that kept my team together, that kept them moving? I do a program called Love Feast, and I do it twice every year for my leaders. It's called a Love Feast. Please, everyone listen, Love Feast. Now, in that Love Feast, I buy gifts from star 4, star 5, star 6, star 7, star 8, star managers. Yes, I buy gifts. And then I compel everyone also to come with a gift. So when you come to that program, we have 2 stands where we are going to send the pictures, probably maybe we'll upload it sometime. We'll have 2 stands. My own is filled with the gifts I have for you. And then you must come with gifts for your downlines. You must also come with gifts for your downlines, really. So these gifts I give to my downlines brought us together. And then whenever there is a problem, as the leader, I will always come in. And when I come in, I am not biased. I will always stick to the truth and I will handle it. I will handle that situation and I will make sure that there is peace achieved. So I won over my team with love, extreme love. Extreme love. That is one of the things that made me to control and also to bring everyone together. I also fought for my team. I make sure we don't lack anything. Information was the basic thing. The moment I get information, because I was able to have Mr. David, then was the King Cube before it became the WeChat, and then we always get direct information. And the managers there were also wonderful. They were cooperating. So we didn't really have much issues. Yeah, I told everybody, you must grow like me, and everybody was growing. The target was 3-star managers and above, and that was how it is. So I don't know if this is okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, this helps us to learn more from you. Mr. Budiman actually has been working with you for a long time, and we know that yeah, you two work actually shoulder by shoulder to have presentations in almost every state of Nigeria. Nigeria is quite big. Nigeria actually is one of the biggest nation in Africa region. So Mr. Budiman, I'm going to give this opportunity to you. Please, you got to bring some even more inspiring success testimonies from Madam NGOZI. So please, it is your turn. And after that, let us give these opportunities to our leaders and distributors. You know, I know that each and every one of them would like to speak to you.
Thank you, Madam Reni, and thank you, our leader, Madam Frances NGOZI, Dr. Frances NGOZI. Yes, actually, I knew Dr. NGOZI since 2010. 2010.
2010,
yes. 10, Abi? Yeah. 2010, yes. When I came from Indonesia and Madam NGOZI came from Nigeria to where? To Nanjing.
To China.
At that time, Nanjing is just a land, empty land. We are the ones who put the foundation of Greenworld Nanjing production base.
Yes.
Okay? I represent my country, Indonesia. Madam NGOZI represent Nigeria, and also we have Mr. David there, and our president, Professor Dr. Demigli, is there, and many of the China, of the Nanjing officials are there. So we are very proud to ourselves because we represent the leaders and distributors of Greenworld in the first foundation of the laying foundation of the Nanjing production base. So since then, we keep communicating each other. Maybe I have to fly to somewhere else, but at least we are still, I try to keep motivating, encouraging Madam NGOZI to go further, to push more. And somehow, yes, recently, like in the last 3 months, actually, after I came back from South Africa and Uganda, we worked together how to awaken the giant of Nigeria to, in all over states of Nigeria. And you know what? I cannot believe, honestly, I cannot believe. Our leader, Dr. Frances NGOZI, is a 4-star director, okay? But she was so humble. She never complained. She never complained whatever the food served in front of her. She never complained which hotel she is going to sleep. She never complained anything. She never complained about the flight. even when the flat is shaking, he start to pray. Good man, please. It's okay, madam. So,
oh my God.
actually, yes. You see, a very high. I cannot imagine 80. I think your downline is more than 84,000. And how many cars? Okay, you are a 4-star director, Dr. Francis, but you have your husband also. I think like a 3-star manager. Okay, like how many Zila Fund awards you have collected? How many luxury cars you have collected? It's not only 1 or 2. It's so many. So the good thing, the great thing is, till today, our leader, Madam Frances NGOZI, still can hold the whole Nigerian leaders. Okay, so we put our trust on her because she has the power to bring back the glory of green wealth in Nigeria. Yes, for quite some times, Nigerian has been a bit slowing down, but it doesn't mean that we are losing the business. Now we are kicking back. We are kicking back, okay, with Madam NGOZI. And I'm very surprised, really, I'm very surprised. Wherever I go with her, everyone knows her. Everyone knows her, okay? And everyone really wants to listen, to hear her presentation, her motivation. So actually, if we are learning about something like being a great leader, the typical of leader we know when we are learning about the color of network marketing. We have some people that has a yellow color. Yellow color is more like helping people. And we have some people like blue color. Blue color is like they like to talk and talk and talk and talk. Okay, but they don't have leadership. They cannot follow up, but they just like to do parties. The other thing is there's another type of green color. Green color is somehow like people behind the scene, people behind the desk who do all the research, who prepare all the materials, who do all the design of slides. But Madam NGOZI is not yellow, is not blue, is not green. She is a red leader. Red, that means a pure leader. You just tell her, Madam, this is what you will get. You don't need to tell her what to do. She can manage every single thing. So I even cannot imagine how strong she is, And the great thing is so humble. She never complained. She never complained at all. So it's better. I would like to welcome all the leaders from all over Africa, okay, continent. Please, take this opportunity to directly communicate, to directly ask questions to our Madam Frances NGOZI. I think that's all, Madam Remy. Thank you.
I'm ready.
Thank you, Mr. Budiman. Thank you. So leaders and distributors, even if you're not, from Africa region, it doesn't matter. We know that we have some leaders from other regions as well. Please seize this opportunity. Talk to her. Get more out of her. Then you definitely, you're going to have better success in your business.
Sikia, I want you.
So please, you raise your hand and unmute yourself. Yes, Mr. Suli, you can unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Frances NGOZI. Go ahead, please.
You can ask your questions. Feel free. Talk to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to talk to Dr. Frances NGOZI, raise your hand and unmute yourself. Go ahead, please.
Unmute yourself. Just talk.
Yes, just talk and mute yourself and start talking.
My name is Maritim.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Maritim. I'm from Kericho, Bomet, Kenya. I would like to ask Madam over there, Star 2 Director, what is the main challenge that she has experienced during this journey? The one main challenge.
Okay. If I can get your question right, you said you want to know what was my main challenge.
Yeah, correct.
All right. My main challenge back then was when we didn't have the company in Nigeria. And then I had to, like, sometimes we sleep at the borders. There are sometimes they will seize the Greenwood products across borders, because for us to get the products from Ghana from 2007 to 2009, when we started, let's just say 2010, when we now had the products on ground in Nigeria, it wasn't really easy. It was highly challenging because for you to get to Nigeria from Ghana, you must have to pass the Ghana border, which is a Aflao border, and then you have to get to the Togo border, which is called a Lakonji border. You know, most times we stay in a Lakonji 3 days without even having a bag. Yes, without even having a bag. You know, back then, the products do not have the registrations then. So we kind of like, we'll get to the border, the customs would impound all the products in the border, then we'll have to explain and explain and explain, you know, and then at the end of it, or sometimes we spend 7 days, sometimes 3 days, sometimes 3 days, until it became easier for us. It wasn't really easy, you know, and that was enough reason for us to stop the business. But you see, I never stopped. And I kept telling my leaders, don't worry, we will get one. The products will come. The products will come. And at the end of it, all the products come. So imagine we did it for 2007, 2008, 2009, the whole of 2009, until we now started receiving consignments in Nigeria. So that was one of my major challenges then. And then sometimes when we now settled in Nigeria, you know, sometimes when we have a lot of back orders and there were no products to satisfy my team, you know, then my team will pay everything in the company, will pick every product and there won't be product left, and we'll be waiting for products to arrive. So these were my major challenges. These were my major challenges. Scarcity of products, and then the journey from bringing the products, passing 3 countries to get to Nigeria. But then, aside that, no. We know what to do in Nigeria. Everybody knows, because Mama will tell you, I will tell you, that on the day of the award, if you stand alone as my downline, you are a witch. So nobody wants to be a witch, because you must stand to pick the cards with your downlines. Yes, because you must show me that you work with your leaders. So all my leaders will work hard in order to pick the cards with their downlines. So thank you very much. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you, Dr. NGOZI, because we know that from the first registration, the first trip to Ghana, actually you said you registered 89 people, with each of them going to Star 3. So you came back from Ghana to Nigeria with all the starters, kits, and the product. So according to the calculation, that is around 23,000 BVs of products.
84 people, yes.
Yes, and you know, 84 is around 5 cartons of starter kits.
Yes.
So altogether, you know, it's actually, it was around 10 cartons of commodities. The half for starter kit, half for the products. that was a huge responsibility and huge task
Yes.
to across, because
Yes.
there was no direct border between Ghana and Nigeria. So you have to go
Yes.
first to Benin, Togo or Benin.
Togo.
You have to
Yes,
pass
yes.
Togo, and
Yes.
from Togo to Nigeria
Yes.
to cross three borders with at
Yes.
least 10 cartons of products.
Yeah, it's actually 3 borders, 3 countries.
Yeah, 3 countries. So that was a great sacrifice. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, please, if you have more questions, you raise your hand and you just unmute yourself and start talking, because this is a great lady that, if you how to say, you lose today's opportunity, then you may lose one of the opportunity to know all the secret recipes of success.
Yeah, good evening, ma.
Good evening.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mr. Ayo, please.
this is Mr. Ayo from Ibadan, from Nigeria.
Hey, why my leader?
Yeah, there is one question that I want you to answer. I've been trying to ask you that question for a long time. So the question is, there was a time that some of your powerful leaders left Greenwood. So I want to know, what did you do to be able to bring back the business, and the big business is going on smoothly, despite the fact that so many leaders left?
Oh my God. Why? All right. Yes. A lot of people are like, these people left Greenwald and yet Greenwald Nigeria is still standing. Yes. One thing is that even if you force a horse to go to the stream, you cannot force the horse to drink the water. Now, I lost my very first leader, who later brought in Longreach to Nigeria, in the name of Titi Ejimawa. What actually happened was that there was a meeting we had in Nigeria after the 2012 car award. After the 2012 car award, we had a meeting, and there were some questions they were asking Mr. David. And my leaders has already warned me, because each time I try to, bridge the gap, please take it one after the other, one at a time. Don't bombard Mr. David with so much questions. Mr. David is not easy also on his path, because a lot is on his head also, because it's not easy to be the president of African region. So the questions were so much that night, and Mr. David walked out. So when Mr. David walked out, Titi, my leader, said it's an insult to them, to her. I tried everything possible. To stop her, but she just told me that she just can't continue, and that there's a company she wants to join, Longreach, this. I did everything. But let me tell you one thing. My leader, Titi, left as 3-star manager, but she left with no one in her team. I, Dr. Francis, made sure that I held Titi's team till today. Till today, nobody left her team. She alone left. And under her team alone is about 9 star 3 managers that I built. When she left, she was the only star 3 manager there. But I held her team. Yes, because as a leader, I know that I need to protect my downlines. So one person living in that situation does not mean that everybody will leave. I made sure they never left. And they're still here with me till today. Have that answered you? So that was it.
Yes.
And they're still there. In all the teams they left, one of my other leader is also running a franchise of Green Life. But I made sure nobody left. And under her alone, I've produced about 6 star 3 managers. Yes. So I made sure that the downlines remain. So don't ask me how I did it. I won them over with love and honesty. Because what will I do? The first thing I do is to study your compensation plan. Yes. I will take overnight to read your compensation plan, and then I will call meeting, and then I will travel to each state and tell the leaders, this is the network that your upline left. Don't go there. It's a scam. This network is a scam. And today they've all seen it. Most of those companies are closed down in Nigeria. And my leaders are proud. They are still in Greenwood. And a lot of them has achieved 3-star manager level. So thank you, AY, for that question.
Thank you very much. Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you? How are you, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead,
yes,
please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Jane Macy from South Africa. I just joined Greenwell, but I am a full-time a nurse working in one of the hospitals. So I love since I started using the products, I feel so good, even my family. So now I just want ma'am to explain the other alternatives of how am I going to succeed being a full-time employee or also selling Greenwell products. Can she please assist me? Thank you very much. I'm listening.
Okay, let me get your name again. What did you say your name is?
Jane Macy Skosana from South Africa, Mpumalanga province.
Okay, my darling. Now, let me advise you. You are a nurse, like you said. Now, being a nurse will help you to recruit other people, other nurses also. You are already in the field of saving life. So why don't you make Greenwood to be your ministry? Make this business as a ministry to save lives. Because as a nurse, you and I know that even the chemicalized medicines, drugs, the side effects are killing people more than the purpose of the medicine. You understand? Now,
yes, ma'am.
Use this great opportunity. Let me tell you, Greenwood is the only company in the whole world that has 6 research institutes. Their products are not like everything you see out there, that people just go inside and mix, or they go to the general TCM markets to buy and bottle and be selling all over Africa. All Greenwood products goes through proper analysis. Yes, there are 3 analysis centers in China, and there are 3 in the United States of America. So these products will help give you so much results. Now, how you are going to grow, my dear sister, is you are going to look for other nurses who treat patients also. They have direct contact with people. Do you know that in the history of the Orthodox, there is no cure for hepatitis? Do you know? But Greenwood has the medicine. But Greenwood have the medicines. So you should have that vision to save a lot of lives. Listen to me.
Listen.
The more the products leave the shelves, the more BVs you make, and the more bonuses that comes to your table. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I think I've answered that.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. God bless you. Love you.
Love you too. Love you all. Okay, we still have more time, more questions. Please ask your questions.
Good evening, my leader. How are you? Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Florence from Zambia. I'm so glad to hear from you. Been looking forward to meet you, hoping to meet you soon.
Okay, Florence.
Okay, my question is, I've heard how you succeeded, so inspiring. And what would you have for us leaders? Like we are in the African continent where we have to prospect from, with people from other nations. But you find like if you refer someone to another office in another country, you hear the people in that country tell them you can't deal with someone in a different nation. So I would rather you join me who's here seeing you. And you find people like that who even stop responding via WhatsApp or Facebook. What is it that you can tell us as leaders from different continents? From different countries, since we are one.
Okay, like myself, I also developed in most of the West African regions here. And then I have my leaders there. Though I have people who have told me they want to join me from Zimbabwe, from everywhere. See, let me tell you something, my leader. This is the honest truth. Greenwald is grouped into regions, okay? There is the West African region. There is the South African region, okay? Now, if I should come to Mozambique or Zimbabwe and register someone, okay? Now, that person can successfully register. But let me tell you, anyone can be successful anywhere you find yourself. The problem is that some of the people you register, they are not being re-registered, but some of them lack the ability of the 7 Ds I've taught you tonight. What is it? What is your dream? What do you want? What is your drive? What is it? And if you think that that person is the kind of person, because from the beginning, you should train your downlines to be independent. But let me tell you, some downlines need pushing. Some cannot be independent. Some will still wake you up in the midnight and say, oh, my leader, please, someone is having headache. What can I do? Does Greenwald have anything that cures headache? You see, even with all your training, they will still call you up. So in my own suggestion on that, I would humbly advise that whenever you register someone who is not in the same country with you, direct that person to work with a leader and let that person also attend seminars. These days, I do physical seminars and I do online seminars, okay? So please advise that person to also reach out. Like recently, I have some people that were registered by Mr. Tendai, and they're here in Nigeria. Now, they have reached out to me, and I told them, yes, you can work with the Nigerian team here, and we used your sponsor ID, and then you will now be using your own ID to sponsor people. All you need to do is to understand the business first. Do you get me, my leader? Yeah. So they called me that they are from
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we encourage such people to, we will register you with your ID. Like last month, March, we registered someone from another country. And the moment I put the ID in my system, it went. Greenwald is global. Okay. Greenwald is global. Now, that person needs to do his or her work. The problem with us is that some of them don't know what to do. Some of them don't even know what they want. Some of them don't even know what to do in the business to change their story. That is why we still see people in star 6 for 6 years, star 7 for 7 years, and they're still there. So do not worry about that. No matter the country where that person is, as long as there is a Greenwald branch there, the only thing the person needs is to put the ID sponsor, that's all. But you see, one problem is this. You cannot register with someone in Zimbabwe, and then you come to Nigeria to ask me for products because I didn't receive the money, my dear. Do you get it? Have I answered your question? Good.
You haven't.
Madam Flores, have you got?
Yes, I've got the explanation. Hope, yeah, it works out. I've got that explanation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Madam Flores. Thank you.
Please, I have a question. Good evening. Please, I have a question.
Go ahead,
please. Good evening.
All right. My name is Augustine. I'm from Ghana.
Okay, Sebastian.
All right. Please, I want to ask, we have some members who are joining the business. They are newly into the business. We do trainings for them, and we have other health professionals who are also recommending the products to other clients. But can you please have a diseases and its products? Because when we get a prescription form like that, maybe let's assuming that you were talking on hepatitis. I know Hepasure and Livergen is also good for, but if we can get a full prescription on each diseases and the products of Greenwood, I think we can also link up to those who are new, and it will be easier for them to just combine the products to a certain conditions. I don't know if my question is clear, please.
Yes, Mr. Sebastian or Austin. I didn't get that name. Is it Sebastian or Austin? Augustine. All right.
Yes, please.
Okay, my brother Augustine, your question is very, very nice, but I will have to bring you back to when I was talking about my humble beginning. You see, before now in Nigeria, we used to write prescription books, but you see, Greenwood is a large company. And the prescription books that we wrote 10, 15 years ago, today they don't stand. Do you know why? Because 10 years ago, we didn't have the blood cleansers. We didn't have the ovary nutrition. We didn't have anti-addiction. We didn't have so many products. Then, we were running Greenwood with just about 20-something products back then. And then from there, it keeps increasing to 40, to 60, to 70. Now we have over 100 products. Now, my brother, I want to advise each and every one of you listening to me tonight. Please, go and study. Go and study your manual. If you study your manual, you will be the one to write to teach your downlines. This question is coming up because we do not read. And it is not just reading. Let me tell you what I do also. I take time to research more on some sicknesses that you might think we do not have the cure in Greenwood. Let me tell you, recently, starting from 2023, last year, I began to treat some people who are going through dialysis. People with high creatinine. And then I began to record massive results. Let me tell you, no matter where Buddhism is, sometimes we put our heads together, we make research. We make research and then we find out that some of these products, they come out, they tell you this is stem cell, this is this, they're just huge scam. They do nothing. They do nothing. And some of those products, they tell you is one bottle medicine, drink it, it can cure the whole world. It's all a lie. They are all just cleansers. Yes, you have everything in Greenwood. Let me tell you, if you have someone who is doing dialysis, first and foremost, go and ask, make research, find out the food this person is meant to eat and the food this person is not meant to eat. You will find out, you will be surprised that someone who has high creatinine does not need milk, does not need potatoes. does not need drinks, juice. My dear, let me just give everyone an expo. This particular case I just treated December has made the doctor of the hospital to invite me because the creatinine was more than 20 point something. This person is almost gone.
Wow.
He's almost gone. Yes.
Wow.
So
can you please share with us the type of products?
Yes, I am sharing with you.
Please,
The first thing I did was to give the kidney care for men with the cordyceps. This person was taking the kidney care for men and cordyceps. And then I added chitosan. Then after adding the chitosan, I now added the blueberry juice. The blueberry juice, I made it the water that this person is drinking. And then the super nutrition must be mixed and drunk in the morning and in the night. And then one more powerful product I gave from Greenwood was the deep sea fish oil. After 2 months, the doctor was worried. You are supposed to come for the dialysis. You are meant to come for the dialysis. They called me. I said, go to the hospital. Before every dialysis, there must be a test. And when they went for the test, lo and behold, the creatinine level has dropped to 0.9. 0.9. And the doctor told him, no, this is not possible. They took the sample, took to another lab. He brought the same results. They went to 3 labs, brought the same result. Till today, there is no dialysis. But I made sure that this person is, right now, is not taking the cordyceps and the kidney care anymore. Only the blueberry juice, deep sea fish oil, and the super nutrition. My God, till today, he's strong on his feet, all the swellings, everything. He's a normal person. Yes.
All right.
I think I've answered.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Sorry,
yes,
Mr. Austin, are you okay with the answer? Okay, please go ahead.
Probably.
I think we lost.
Okay, thank you. I am Bogo from Nairobi, Kenya. Okay. And I'm really pleased to see we have met once in South Africa, and I really enjoy your leadership and enjoy the way you are able to really motivate and encourage your team. Now, I want to take this a little bit higher, because now we have different level of leadership. We have 8-star manager stars and director. Like you are now, doctor, you are 4-star director. Now at your level, we can learn from it. Maybe where you, how you are able to allege your levels of leadership. Because I do believe you have directors, probably you have directors, you have manager levels, and at that level, you need to really to strategize at different level. So how are you able to really meet at different levels of your team leadership? That is, if it is 3-star manager above, you meet, and what strategy do you actually put forth to see yourself growing to the next level? Now, the second question is, you being one of our leaders in Africa, whom we can emulate and we can learn from, where do you see us as African Greenwood distributors and leadership, according to you, in our next 3 to 5 years? because even the company is now celebrating 30th anniversary. We in Africa, we are celebrating, you know, you're among the very best. You as a senior leader, whom every one of us is trying to learn from, where do you see us? Where do you see us? Or what can you really encourage us to be in our next 3 to 5 years as African leaders? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your questions. I would like to take them one at a time. The first one, if I can get you right, you said that being on top as a foster director, how do I manage my other directors in my team in Nigeria?
And also,
yes.
And also down there, the managers, also the managers, they are actually at a different level of leadership.
At different levels.
Yes, you meet them down there. There is the strategies that you lay. When you meet the directors, of course, it's another higher level of leadership and how you are be able to really marshal them together for the business growth.
Okay, the first one is in Nigeria here, we are together, both the 2-star directors, the 1-star directors, the 3-star managers, the 2-star managers, the 1-star managers, the star 8, the star 7, the star 6, the star 5, the star 4, even to the least person that joins today. Now, we are together in Nigeria and we speak with one voice. Like I told you, it's not easy to lead people, but God has given us that grace in Nigeria. They listen to me, and because I'm honest, I don't lie to them, I don't deceive them. We don't do like when they were going to China, I said to manager, I don't want to go. Let these ones go. Yes, I had everything to go to China, but sometimes as a leader, you should also give the chance to your downlines. You understand? For those that are coming up to also, you know, take the bull by the horn and also, you know, prove themselves as well. So what we do in Nigeria, we go around holding seminars, and I'm still traveling, whether you're a 2-star, whether you're a 3-star, whether you're a 1-star, whether you're a director 1, director 2, we still travel together to encourage people for you, okay? And we do a lot of things. Like I taught everyone in Nigeria, we have our group. We have the leaders group in Nigeria, and we are together. Trust me, we are together. And we are doing everything possible to make sure that Greenwood becomes a household name in Africa once again. And I believe you people should do the same. Because from now, you are talking about from now 2 to 3 years, my dear. In the next 200 to 500 years, Greenwood is still here. Nothing is happening to Greenwood. Greenwood is a well-rooted company. Now, it is for you to say everything you need is already on ground for you. Leave no stone unturned. Trust me, leave no stone unturned. You can get to any level you want to with this company. You can get to honorary chairman. There is a lot, there is so much to give, so much to earn from Greenwood. So not just in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years. From now to the end, till our children taking over from where we stop, my dear, Greenwood is not going down. Greenwood will be a household name in every part of Africa. And a lot of lives will keep changing every year. 30th year anniversary is not easy. Yes, it's not easy. If I tell you the lives that have been changed in Nigeria, you will be amazed. See, no matter the network company in Nigeria, Greenwood is not shaking. Do you know right now, they are coming back to Greenwood. Right now, we are pulling people from other companies back to Greenwood. Yes. If it's difficult, I will be there. Yes. Sometimes. Are you there?
Yes, please.
I'm here.
Yeah. So it's Greenwood, the future. The future is too bright for us. It's unlimited.
great. I do believe that in our next 5 years, we'll make Greenwald to be a household name in every place in Africa. That's my really desire.
If I can break into the circle of medical doctors to convince them and prove to them that Greenwald is working and register them in this business, before you know it, one day we will be recognized everywhere. Everywhere will be Greenwald. It will happen. Trust me.
That is good, Mommy.
Thank you very much.
We are grateful. In fact, my network was having some challenges, so I couldn't hear all the prescription you were saying on the kidney. I am treating a patient on the same issue, but she is not on dialysis now. I gave her the clay because she's also having some constipation when it comes to the kidney issue. And the body, the whole body has been swelling a lot. I mean, I give her clay, but she's not able to, release. Male cellulose. I gave her kidney for women. I gave her chitosan, and I gave her Kudinti. So until you just give me another prescription of adding blueberry juice and super nutrition. Last time I gave her the deep sea
deep sea fish oil. Deep sea fish
yes.
oil.
Okay. All right. That is good.
Very
so
important.
Now I should continue give her the first prescription. So I will add the cordyceps blueberry juice and the super nutrition. Because per my first prescription, super nutrition, cordyceps, and blueberry juice is not part of it.
Okay, let me ask you something. How does she use the chitosan?
Okay, for the chitosan, she took 2 capsules 3 hours before she took the rest of the products.
Okay. Okay, have you tried to give her Kudinti? Because Kudinti,
yes.
Let me tell you, that my patients, the very first day I saw my patients, in fact, my heart skipped because from the face to the legs were all swollen. So at that point, I did not give any other medicine, no other medication, except chitosan and the Kudinti. Now, let me tell you, I made the patient to soak the Kudinti with lippy tea overnight. Okay. Listen carefully. The Kudinti and the lippy tea overnight. Okay. And then take it from the morning. But 5 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, the patient takes chitosan and then goes back to bed. Then around 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning, this patient starts taking Kudinti all through the day, not mixed with any other medicine. We did it for 5 days and all the swelling, everything, and he was able to go to toilets very well. I didn't even give the meal cellulose or the clear. I didn't even give. This is what I gave. It was 5 days of using the Kudinti and taking the chitosan. And taking the chitosan early hours in the morning with a glass of warm water. Okay? And that was what I did. And all the swelling was able to disappear within 5 days. And then I started the medication. Yes, you must group this medication. If you give all together, the patient might suffer constipation.
Thanks, baby. Yeah, thank you.
That is good. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good evening.
So, Director Neronens, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, my leader.
Good evening, Director NGOZI.
Good evening.
I don't know if my network is good, guys. I'm in Swaziland as I'm speaking to you. It's clear, right?
Yes, yes,
clear.
I hear you.
Oh, fantastic. So, Madam Ngozi, you may not know this, but you've been my secret inspiration. From the day,
I know.
From the day, yes, to the
opportunity. We went to South Africa together.
We met in South Africa 2017 when I was the star of the year.
Yes, and I spoke to you that day.
I remember.
So I remember very well, my dear. And I'm super proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So I want to let you know that whatever you have done, honestly, you have no idea how many lives you've touched by just being you, by just being up there as the women empowerment. Hey, like, when my leader, Mr. Nkiwani, was presenting about you, saying she qualified for 64 cars, I was like, is she a woman? If she did it, I can also do it. And so I've been walking on your footsteps.
Yes.
The only thing that I could not achieve yet is having 300 people getting cars in the same day. That is crazy.
Oh, it will happen.
That is wonderful.
Don't worry. You see, Moyo, so far in Greenwald, I have collected. Let me make it clear to everyone.
Yes.
I have collected 74 small cars.
Wow.
And I have collected the SUV. I've collected 4 SUV.
Finish us.
The 2-star manager, listen. And then, and I have collected the 3-star manager 3 times to my family. And also, let me tell everyone, let me tell you, the break I took, rather than pushing myself to 5-star director and come out honorary chairman, I went back to one of my legs that is also a star 3 manager. And right now, I have been able to build almost 4 direct star 3 manager on that network. That was, I didn't want to start building the network to get to 1-star directors, 2-star, no. I focused on building 3-star managers under that leg. This is not my major leg. This is my other leg, okay? Now, one other leg is also planning to come out honorary chairman. So not just me direct, my other leg also already has 3-star managers in the 3 legs, and the 4th leg will come out in a few months also. And then we'll just take it to 1-star director, 2-star, 3-star, 5-star. And then we'll be having 2 honorary chairmen. So try to develop your networks also. Try to develop your networks and help more of your downlines too. Help them more. Help them more. If you help more of your downlines, you will achieve so much cars and so much people in your team. Okay? So I took a break to build the other legs as well. And my 3-star managers in my team, they're just uncountable. There are too many. There are too many.
Oh my God.
So, my dear,
oh my
congratulations
God. Honestly,
once again.
We are super proud of you. We're happy to have such leaders. And now, trust you me, we are there. We definitely won't sleep. I'm telling you. Now, there's no.
Don't worry, my
leader. Trust me.
Yes, so yes, God is going to do it for all of us, for all the leaders that are working hard.
Wow.
Thank you very much for sharing. This has helped us a lot, and I'm truly happy. And where you are a true inspiration, and trust me, we're going to take Greenwald Africa to the next level. Thank you very much.
So the reason for my humble story tonight is to touch someone, because I don't know what you are passing through that you are using as an excuse. I don't know that excuse that you have, that can be compared to what I passed through. I was thrown out of a house and my properties were packed away. And then I had the children not going back to school. And then just when I gained myself financially through Greenwald, one day, me and my downlines, we said we're going to take the soy power. And then we decided to drink the soy power. And the next thing, Dr. Frances is pregnant. I became pregnant. I became pregnant by taking soy power. And then when my leader, Titi Ejimawa, saw that then she was like 10 years in marriage, no child. When she saw I took the soy power and I got pregnant, she has been booked for IVF. And then I encouraged her to drink the soy power the way I took the soy power. So she took the soy power also, and she got pregnant. So you see, what is your excuse? Is your excuse that you are pregnant, you cannot walk? I was pregnant, I was flying to Ghana. I was going to Ghana. One day at the international airport, after doing everything, I was at the boarding pass just to enter the aeroplane. They told me my stomach is too big, you cannot board the flight. I begged and begged, they didn't allow me to board the flight. I left the airport and hit the road, and I got to Ghana 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm already in Ghana with pregnancy. So what is your excuse? What is your excuse? So learn from my story that I had a lot of reasons to stop doing Greenwald. But I kept pushing. My drive, I kept pushing until I got to where I am. Today, I can go on vacations. I fly business class. I go everywhere, every country. And then I spend the Greenwald money, my dear. So I wish to see everyone succeed like me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Wow.
Dr. Frances NGOZI. Thank you, everybody. You know, what can I say? Actually, we learned from you not only about how many cars or how many China trips, international trips, Villa Funds awards you got. I remember we have to admit that sometimes the company also made mistakes. And some of the weakness of the management caused the up and downs, especially the downs in Nigerian market. Yeah. I remember, you know, once when even the management could be brave enough to give us support. The only support we got from Nigeria is from Dr. NGOZI. So this was the truth. I don't want to give the details. I am privileged to be able to have worked with you. So I salute you, and I love you very much. Thank you so much, Dr. Frances NGOZI. You are the one who closed the gap in between Nigeria and the company. And you have built the bridges in between us. So when there's something happens, we know that there's always one person that we can count on. That's you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rainy. And I'm proud of you too. And I'm happy working with you. You know, it was nice to have you in Nigeria many times. Thank you so much for the trust. Thank you so much for believing in me also. Yes. That was when we almost lost Greenwald Nigeria, but we stood and we did wonders, and we're still doing wonders. Thank you, Rainy. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Pudiman, so can you please close today's
yes, because of
motivation?
the time,
Yes.
Yeah, because of the time, I can see many people still raising their hands. Well, actually,
nobody wants to
create. No problem. We can create another.
We can invite her.
People from all over the world, Cote d'Ivoire, everywhere. I can see them. Yeah.
We'll invite her again. Yeah.
Yes.
We can create another session. We can create another session for
Yes, please. Let's have so many sections. I want to teach my leaders how to use the products. I want to teach them. I want to teach them how to also reach out and how to grow in the business. So I think we should have another section, Rennie, because I need to teach those people.
Sure.
Those people who are being in standards for 2 years, they need to move. I need to teach them.
Sure. We'll definitely arrange another session for you for us to learn more. Yeah, for us to learn more from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So ladies and gentlemen, please unmute yourself. Say thank you and goodbye and good night to Dr. Francis NGOZI.
Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Thank you. I wish you success. I love you all. We love our free world.
We love you more.
Yeah.
Night.
Love you all. Love you, my Nigerian team, my African leaders. Love you all.
Mr. Goodman, Madam Rennie, bye.
Good night.
Good night. Love you more.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Love you all.
Bye.
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 Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Wish you success.
Thank you very much. Dr.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Night.
Thank you very much.
Good night, Madam Rennie.
Good night.
Thank you very much.